My name is Rita Reynolds, and I am the Director of Technology Services and Telecommunications for the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania. And I have been with CCAP going on 14 years now. Prior to that, I worked with the counties in Pennsylvania in the children and youth agencies doing fiscal and computer work, and worked from the smallest county up to the largest, being Philadelphia, on a contract basis. It's kind of how I really gained a lot of knowledge of county systems and how the different departments work with each other. Over the years, the 25 years or so that I've worked with local government, really have focused on the systems and the data and how to automate functions and help the counties do their jobs better and complete reporting requirements, whether it was within children and youth or now in the criminal justice area that I'm working on. So let me tell you a little bit about CCAP. The County Commissioners Association has been around for 126 years, serving as that liaison or that entity that works with both the counties and with the state. We also provide programs like workers' comp and property and casualty, those type of services, so that counties can get access to the same type of provision that it would with a private or with private industry, but at a more cost-effective manner. So we've worked with the counties for years on criminal justice projects, and not just the policy side, but also on the case management side. What happened, though, is that the funding started to disappear because of budget constraints at the federal and state level, and CCAP made the determination that we really should be focusing on the quality of the data rather than just do a new system. The system is only as good as what data is in it. And when I started in this position back in early 2000, my very first question was, why do we have 3 separate systems? Why is John Smith offender in 3 different systems? Same person, same charges, same sentence, and yet we're tracking him at the county level in multiple systems. And we saw the benefits, we knew it could happen, but we didn't have a solution. We came back and we had the meeting with several of the county folks in adult probation and jail, the jails, and they saw the same system we saw. We did it with a demo, a webinar demo from Illinois, and we all started talking about the fact that maybe we really can do this now. And they all said, and everyone still says to this day, it is the right thing to do. Having offender information for the county functions in one location is absolutely the right thing to do. We shouldn't be having to pick up the phone and call another department to get information about an offender. So you ask a simple question about what brought us to this point, and it really comes out of it being the right thing to do and eliminating paperwork, simplifying the process, and improving access of the data to the individuals within the county departments. So in 2007, as I mentioned earlier, when CCAP decided to implement Microsoft Dynamics CRM, the partner that we worked with then recommended the Scribe tool for us to bring in our data from our different databases that we had in place. And when the Scribe tool was explained to us, we were like, well, this actually looks pretty easy to do compared to some other tools that we had used in the past. So that was the tool that was offered. It seemed like it was easy to learn, and it was. We did not have any trouble watching the online tutorials and gaining the knowledge that we needed to start mapping our data. The other nice thing is that Scribe has developed a CRM adapter, so the data elements that you typically need to bring data into in CRM are easily mapped. When you open up Scribe and you do that first data connection and you use the CRM adapter, you're not looking at field names that don't make sense to you. You're seeing the field names that you're used to seeing, and it makes that mapping a lot easier. So the part that we rolled out, we actually have a component to UCM that is what is called a web offender check-in, and we have rolled that part out in 2 counties, and just the response, not just from the officers, but also from the offenders that are using it, has been extremely positive. We are providing a process to the county adult probation offices right now that's much more automated and cuts down on the number of phone calls that they would normally get, as well as the amount of paperwork they have to do. So with the offender being able to enter information in a web portal environment, it goes directly into CRM. Now the officer doesn't have to type that information in, or the particular records person within the county isn't having to type in information. From an ongoing perspective, what is really going to improve efficiencies in the county is the fact that we are using Scribe to automate the receipt of court data from our administrative office of Pennsylvania courts over the internet down into this new UCM system. UCM is the acronym that we've given it for Unified Case Management. And that in and of itself is going to save countless hours of work in district attorney's office, in adult probation, as well as jail. And apart from that, it is going to increase the data quality because you have less individuals manually entering data entry. So rapid deployment has been huge, especially in a state where counties are used to having to wait a very long time to see a product come to fruition. We started from day one telling and sharing with the counties, this is your system. It's not owned by a vendor. It's, CCAP will manage it, we will host it, we will house it for you, but it is your system. You have very much the control over what goes into that system and how the governance is handled. And that has been tremendous from the county perspective because they've never had that power before. And now when a state or a federal requirement comes along and they have to add data elements, they're not looking at a huge cost to upgrade their current system. It's a new way for some folks. They're not used to having tools where there's a lot of grunt work, as we call it, already done. And so it's a new era for us as we move forward in technology. And then the other lesson learned is don't give up. I've said this again in an earlier meeting, it's really not the technology that's the problem now. And not to say that this is a problem, but it's the people and the discussions and the, for lack of a better word, and probably an overused word, it's the collaboration that you have to put in place with your, in our case, our county folks as well as the state folks. Communication and talking through things, sometimes multiple times, is extremely important to see a project like this come to fruition. I've done presentations all over the state of Pennsylvania and even outside of Pennsylvania now, and it's been to elected officials, it's been to IT folks. The elected officials were the best. When I presented this last month, they got it right away. They're like, well, this is a no-brainer. And it was like, I'm listening to some of your department heads saying, well, they won't go for this. And I'm like, yeah, they will. They don't need to understand the technology. They understand, oh yeah, my name in one place. I get that. Well, that already translates into cost savings and easier access to data and better, increased ability to make better decisions.